Hello YouTube, it's Carlos the Rook, and I'm bringing you round two that I played in the World Open 2026, which was located in Washington, D.C. this year. So it was thousands of people. I mean, the halls was packed in all sections, from grandmasters to beginners. It was just full of people playing at the hotel. We was at the Omni International Hotel in D.C., which was right next to the White House, well, close by the White House. So it was an amazing venue, an amazing event. And so in round two, I'm playing Dan Falcon. I got the black pieces. He's rated 1787, and I'm 1667. So he starts off with B4. B4, the Polish attack. So what I know about this opening is he wants me to play E5, bishop here, bishop takes when he's threatening to hit this rook. So maybe knight f6 would be the best move here. So he wants something like along this line. So I've played it a few times against people, and I'm not going to go into the e5 and all the traps you got to watch out for. So I just play some solid d5 while I'm avoiding all that theory. So he goes bishop b2. That's where he wants his bishop at. And I just go knight f6. If he takes, I'm comfortable taking back with the d pawn, and I got a 4-point cluster on the king side. He responds E3. Look like he's trying to go for D4 ideas. And I just develop my bishop. I want to develop nicely. This is what I learned in the Russian chess school. Develop your pieces and then castle and then start looking for areas of weaknesses and which ways you want to direct your forces. So he goes C4, just coming straight at my center. And I go E6, saying you take, I take back. I'm going to keep my central pawn. And now he goes b5. I thought that was a bit aggressive. He's overextended. Bishop e7, normal development. And he comes out with the knight to f3. So maybe he has ideas to try and get the bishop pair. So I just go h6 so I can drop my bishop back if I need to. And also a prophylactic move stopping the knight from coming in. And he responds here with d4. So I just castle. c5. Now he's really extending on the queen side. So I go a6 to try and tell him, hey, slow down a little bit, buddy. You know, you're not just going to choke me on the queen side. And he goes a4. So I go knight e4, trying to get a little aggressive with my knight, get into his area, and see what I can do. He responds knight c3, and I go knight d7. My idea is to bring this knight to f6 so I can retake back with this knight if he don't capture right away. He takes, I take with the bishop. He captured on a6, and I capture on a6. So he relieves the pressure. And now you go bishop d3. I take, he take. And here I go c6, just locking in the pawn structure. We're going to fight on this b file. And he goes a5. I thought that was really wrong because he's just not giving his bishop any room to do anything. His bishop is just dead. It's blocked behind these pawns. His bishop is absolutely horrible. Blocked behind these pawns is doing nothing. So I analyzed that his bishop is doing nothing. I got a good bishop. My bishop is on the opposite color complex of my pawns. Most of my pawns are on the light squares. My bishop is a dark square bishop. That's why I had no problem trading off the light square bishop. And I think I'm really good here. So I go queen c7. Just want to develop my queen. Put rooks on the b file. Double up if I can. He castles. I put a rook on the b file. He put a rook on the b file, but it's blocked by that bad bishop. So I go rook b5. I want to double up and stop the queen from eyeing this a pawn. He moved the bishop out the way, and I double up. So I'm looking good. Rook captures back. I'm not capturing with the pawn, giving it a pass pawn. So it's got to be the rook. And he come over here with the idea of swapping out rooks and going into a queen minor piece in game. And I know I don't want to take and give him the foul. And I was thinking of queen b8. He take, I take, he take. If I take here, then this pawn's running. If I take here, that pawn's running. I can't stop it. So I came up with a bishop d8. So I put pressure on this pawn. So if he do take, I take, and I got to come here and we trade queens. I want this bishop here so I can be able to stop these pawns from running. So he take with the rook. I take back with the c pawn. And now he got this pawn. I just want to blockade. I want my knight to come here and here. But I can't because his knight is here. So I got to keep an eye on that knight. I'm not letting that knight in there. So then he moves knight d2, which completely gives me the advantage. Like, the one thing you had going is your knight was strong and it was always threatening in e5. And like they say, the threat is stronger than the execution. You don't necessarily have to go to e5, but the threat of e5 froze my knight on d7, so I couldn't improve it to where I wanted to. Now that you move it, I'm free to do what I want to do. Blockade your pawn and put pressure on this pawn. Knight b8, he go knight b3, protecting that pawn, and I go knight c6, hitting it one more time. And now he goes f4, which is completely wrong. F4, you expanding on the king side. You have no pieces over there. Everything is on the queen side. So I move over, and my idea is just to protect this pawn and go b4. The bishop got to fall back, and the a pawn falls. And then my a pawn can run. So he goes e4. His idea is just trying to open up and get some counterplay somewhere. He knows he's losing. I'm in a completely winning position. Stockfish has me up 2.84. And so he needs to do something or he's going to get suffocated by these connected pass pawns when his a pawn falls. So I push b4. His bishop fades back. I capture the knight. I remember my knight captures the pawn on a5. And now I got connected pass pawns. He captured here, and I captured with this pawn, but actually, I could have captured with the queen, and I didn't think I can capture with the queen because I thought it drops this pawn, but then he just loses the knight, and then this pawn becomes vulnerable. So he couldn't take that. So that wouldn't have been a problem. So I captured this way, and I'm still winning. But I just had a better way to capture. It would have been posed less problems. Now he goes f5, and his idea is to just get this bishop active and maybe go g4, f6, g5, just try and do something to counterattack on the king side because the fight on the queen side is lost. And here I had a deep think. I wasn't sure if I go knight to... First, I thought knight captures b3. Queen captures b3, a5, and here I just wasn't sure how do I push these pawns here because this pawn is weak. I can't go queen to b5 because then I'll drop this pawn. So I wasn't sure what to do. And what is Stockfish saying? Stockfish is crazy. It's saying bishop c3, bishop f6, bishop b2, queen e7. Why queen e7? Or maybe queen b5 dropping this pawn. That's just completely losing because queen e2, h4 opening this. Oh wow, because yeah, he can't take that pawn because he get back ranked. And that drops the bishop. So queen b5, I didn't have to worry about that because of here. I didn't have to worry about him taking that pawn. And then I could just roll my pawns. Oh, I just completely missed that. So I played knight c6 in this position. I was also considering knight c4, but I wasn't sure if my knight needed to be back to protect this pawn. I didn't want the b pawn to fall. So he goes queen g3, and he's threatening the h6 pawn. And here Stockfish comes up with the move bishop f6. Bishop f6, just completely ignoring. You want to take that? Go ahead, take it. We don't care. Why don't we care? Because we got knight captures d4. Knight captures, bishop captures. This bishop is completely protecting this. You're not getting in. And then these pawns run to the races. Connected pass pawns that run. That's sweet. Then it wants bishop here, bishop captures, queen captures. And these pawns run. So bishop f6, and I keep the advantage. However, I play king h8 to try and not allow the bishop to sack the h6 pawn. I didn't have to even worry about the h6 pawn. I could just gave it away. I got connected past pawns running down the board. I don't need that pawn. And he can't get in. So you go queen d6, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm panicking because I'm like, this pawn is going to fall. So I'm like, this pawn falls. Let me just run my a pawn down the board. And it's a huge blunder because I went a5, and what I missed is this threat. Queen here, king here, pawn here, queen checkmate. So I completely missed that threat. And I didn't see it until he played the next move, knight captures a5. And when he did that, I'm like, how can this knight take there? And I said, oh my god, I completely missed queen f8. How can I'm completely winning and miss queen f8? All I had to do is move my king back to g8, and then a5 becomes feasible. I can let him take that pawn, and I can go a5, a4, and I'm there before he's there. That's all I had to do. Or bishop f6 earlier, and I hold the position. So I thought for about 40, 45 minutes here, and I just couldn't come up with a move. I played queen a8, and it allows the same thing. Check, king up. I gotta take, lose the queen, and it's just over from here. And here I resigned, and I was just completely crushed. I couldn't believe I had a winning position against a higher rated opponent, and I just fumbled. It happens sometimes. So that put me at 1 win, 1 loss after 2 rounds. Let's keep going. We got 7 more rounds to go. Thank you for watching. Like the video, comment, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It's absolutely free. Tell all your friends and family. Let's grow the channel. Chess lovers, let's unite here. All right, have a nice day. Bye.